Right, hi, welcome back. I'm Pete. My journey on a motorcycle. Let's see where we're at. Last time I spoke on here was about my theory test. They didn't get me the results on the day, but I've got the results now, and I'm going to tell you how to pass your test. It's a bit of a disappointment when I didn't get the result on the day. I have now got the result. They did send it a few days later via email, and I'm pleased to say, yep, I passed. So that's good. I'm continuing to look at motorbikes. I really am turning towards the Triumph Street Twin, and I really do like the Scrambler, but they're quite tall, and I'm quite a big fella. Yeah, that's not a problem, but it's more like I want to be able to put my feet on the floor and everything and be able to hold it up should I need to in a panic situation. So I passed my test, which I'm really pleased about. I was very happy to get that, and I have now booked my direct access. It was 915 quid, a lot of money, I know. I don't know how much driving a car costs these days. I think they're about 22 quid an hour, aren't they? So if you're going to need 10 or 20 lessons, I guess a bike's cheaper in that respect. I think it was £7.50 when I was doing driving lessons. That was in early 90s, that was. So what did I do? Well, I made a cock up to start with when I was studying, because I downloaded the official DVSA one. Doesn't really tell you that it's specific for cars. So I downloaded it, I bought it because it's £4.99, and it was the wrong one, but it has a lot of the hazard perception videos to go through that I found really useful, different to the motorcycle one, which I'll show you. This is the motorcycle one I got. I found this one more useful for motorcycles. I'd probably recommend you just get that, not waste your money on other one. Don't bother with free ones, because you'll be looking around for bloody days or even hours of days. Don't be a tight ass. I'm from Yorkshire and I bought that, so there's no excuse why you can't. That one was £4.99 and I found it really useful. It's got everything on there you need to know, and it'll help you pass your test. So for you to pass your test, what do you need to do? There's no shortcuts, there's no simple answer on how to do it without studying, because you can't. You need to read. You need to know your highway code. You need to know about highway perceptions. And your hazard tests. You need to know about them. The only way to do that is reading about it. You can go out and buy a load of books that are like £5 each, or you can get an app. It's all on an app for £5. So do that. The scenarios on both the apps I used were not the same as the videos that I was doing in the DVSA exam for the hazard perception. They were totally different videos. I think there was 14 and one of them had 2 hazards on. I did all right on it, I passed. That just prepares you for everything, because you can click on stuff. As long as you're not going all the time, you can get used to looking for hazards. With that, you know what's coming, because there's on it, I don't know, I think there's about 30 or 40 different scenarios. So you get used to looking at them, but that's not a bad thing, because you know what's trying to trick you on there, and then you can tell what's trying to trick you on the ones at the DVSA. And the way I did it was, I was clicking on potential hazards, but not to I think I did about 5 clicks in total on some of them. And then when I knew the hazard was started, I'd already done the warning click, which already is the hazard started, so you get the high mark for that, and then just bang another taps on it as it's pulling out in front of you, or you're having to, just before you're having to brake or move. The hazard perception is where you have to change what you're doing. It's okay if there's a car parked on the left hand side and you're driving along or riding along and you have to go out and pull back in. Yeah, it's a hazard, but it's not an evolving hazard. So you can click on it, you won't lose marks, but should that car suddenly turn right, you've already clicked on it for a hazard, so you've got the high marks. But it's not really a hazard, especially when you're used to driving. You're just used to overtaking stuff, and you stop seeing them as hazards anymore. because you know that car's going to pull out. It just is what it is. But anyway, if you test, that doesn't matter. Study hard. Spend all the time, 10 minutes every night doing that app. That's what I was doing. Days off work, I'd probably bring the iPad downstairs, pick that up and do it for half an hour. Keep picking it up. Going back on what I'd got wrong and reading why I'd got it wrong, because it'll do that for you. It'll tell you, highlight which ones were right and wrong. In your actual test, it doesn't tell you which ones you got right or wrong. It'll just say you've got some wrong and some right. But I passed. So there's probably not going to be a great deal of updates because I've got my my direct access training course, 1 week. Like I said, 915 quid. At the end of that week, I do the Mod 1 test, but they don't book you on the Mod 2 for the afternoon. Because if you fail your Mod 1, you can't do your Mod 2. So then they book that for a couple of weeks later. So I will keep you updated on any developments or changes till then. I'm continuing to look at bikes. The guy, when I was booking my test, said, wear your boots around the house. As you can see, look, the brand spanking new and stiff as they come, and you can't feel out in them. I only worn them for CBT, so I give them a bit of a clean up. And I'm wearing them around the house to get them broken in so I can get used to the feel of wearing them, so that I can feel what's going on with the gears and brakes. So that's it for me for the time being. Click subscribe, see how I get on, like the video, study and pass your test. There's no cheats. All right, good luck, bye.